Hello, this is wmpyr. In this video, I want to answer a question that I got. But first, let me just say, if you are asking me a video request or you're, asking me a question and I don't respond back, please just send it to my email, knifebat@yahoo.com. Sometimes with the internet, with Google and YouTube, there's some technical errors and I may not get your comment. And also, I may miss it because I'm not uh, internet savvy or savvy with social media. So if you send it to my email address, there's a much higher chance that I'll make sure to see it, that it will get to me, and I will be able to respond back. Same with like videos. If you want me to send you guys my 2 cents and give a critique and pointers and stuff like that, please send it to my email. Don't send it to my Instagram or my Facebook. Once again, there's a big chance that I'm going to miss it and I won't know how to get back to it. So knifebat@yahoo.com is your safest bet. Okay. All right. So the question I got is I watch these kinds of martial arts instructional videos, and I also do solo training. But how do I train to be confident and use these techniques in a real street fight rather than freeze up? Okay. So number one, let me just try to be as clear as possible, is that it's great that you watch martial arts instructional videos, probably on YouTube, right? That means you're studying, so that's great. I feel that studying from videos and books, it's a good thing. It's very beneficial. And then you go the next step, which is to actually solo train, to practice on your own. So that's also great, but those two put together is not enough for being able to defend yourself in the street. Okay, those two, watching videos and then solo training, is good preparation, but at some point you're definitely going to have to go to a martial arts studio, or you're going to have to go to a martial arts gym at some point. And there's really no shortcuts about it. You're going to have to put in the time and do full contact sparring and maybe even a little bit of competition. To have that kind of experience, to me, is extremely important if you're serious about being able to defend yourself in the street. So really, that's all I can say about that. Now, that being said, confidence. A lot of people mistake confidence for arrogance, and I feel like we got to define what really true confidence is. And in my opinion, like for example, if someone said to me, "Can you run 3 miles?" right now, and my answer to that is, do I run 3 miles every day? No, I honestly, I can't remember the last time I ran 3 miles. Okay, but if someone said, "Are you confident that you could do it right now?" and my answer is yes, I am confident that I can do it. Why am I confident? Why? Because 3 miles I've done many times in the past, and then my physical conditioning right now is it's definitely on the better side of myself. When I look all upon the years right now, I wouldn't say it's my prime at this age. I wouldn't say I'm in my peak or my best, but it's definitely on the better side. So that being said, I've done the 3 miles when I wasn't as well conditioned and whatnot. So yeah, I'm confident that I can do it. So if you understand what I'm saying, is I'm confident that I could do 3 miles based off of my training that I've done before, my training right now, and my experience of I've already done it. I've done 3 miles many times. So because of that, I give the answer that, yeah, I'm confident that I can do it. But here's the next part. I'm also confident that I could do it. I'm not saying that I'm confident that I would make an excellent time or compared to, the average people in my neighborhood that I would blow them away. I'm not saying anything like that, because now when I start saying stuff like that, that's arrogance. And now, you know, I am saying stuff that I can't guarantee. Even though chances are I probably could blow these people away, you don't say that. The moment you say stuff like that, it's not based off of my past training, my experience. That is arrogance. Even if you can do it, even if you could back it up, that's arrogance, because, once again, that has nothing to do with my training and my experience, okay? My training and experience says I've done it before and I could do it again. That's it. Now, if I've done it before and I've, beaten everybody and I'm always first place, right? And that's consistently so. And then, they ask me this question and they're like, could you beat everyone here? And if I said something like, well, provided that anyone that goes up against me hasn't been performed higher than the level that I have, and I've gotten first place in all of those events before, and these people haven't competed at a higher level, then yeah, then that's not arrogance, that's confidence based off of, past actual history and ability and experience. So that's what's extremely important here. And right here it says, confident to be able to use these things in a real street fight. In other words, how do I train to be confident? And that's exactly, this person that asked me this question is worried about freezing up, right? So if you're worried about freezing up, what is freezing up? Freezing up in a real life situation means, because of the pressure, because it's scary, because of, the stress involved in a real life situation of, am I going to get sent to the hospital? Is this guy going to knock me out with one hit? When is he going to tag? There's a lot of things that go through your mind. And am I going to be able to do the moves? If I do the moves, is it even going to hurt this guy? All those kinds of things, right? There's a lot of questions, a lot of unknown territory, okay? So if you're worried about a lot of those things, then in your training, you got to simulate and you've got to go experience those things, okay, as much as you can. So, once again, a really good way, go to an MMA gym, go do full contact sparring, train with those guys for 6 months minimum, and spar and all that. And a lot of the fear will go away, okay? A lot of the worries will go away. But there's still plenty of stuff, because, training in the gym and sparring there full contact is different from obviously in the street and whatnot. So, it depends on the person. You might still be, like, am I going to freeze up or whatever? You might still have that, So then we go into the martial art aspect. It's called martial art. Art is you're creative. So in your training, you got to do creative stuff to help you simulate these kinds of pressures. So, for example, with my students, we're training sticks and we're doing some fairly complex patterns. And the first goal is to become as perfect as possible with the technique. So we're trying to be perfect, right? But then real life is not perfect. Real life is ugly. So if you're always training to be perfect in the dojo, that's kind of weird, because in real life, you're not going to be perfect. So then it doesn't match. So what I do is once they get their skill to a certain level, then I do everything we can to mess us up. So this could be like I put stuff on the ground. So now we're doing movements and they got to try to keep up with me, and then they're going, oh man, oh man, oh man. But they also got to watch their footing. Or I might change up the pace. I might throw in a random move in there and it throws them off and they mess up. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You're going to mess up. But what's more important is once you mess up, can you recover how fast can you recover and get back to it? Those are the kinds of trainings. working on your breathing to help you get back. When you're nervous and stuff, you tend to hold your breath. So to combat that, and get back to trying to calm yourself and save your energy, all those kinds of things, there's different ways to train and simulate and experience that kind of stuff. Those things can really, really help. Once again, at some point, you're just going to have to put in the time and put in the do and go to like an MMA gym and get that kind of experience. If you do, and you might find that you're really good at competing, and if so, then great. Go do that. But my recommendation is that when you do full contact sparring and do competition, it takes a toll on the body. So I recommend go get that experience, go get the knowledge and the skill, but then get out of that as fast as you can. So that's just my personal recommendation, because for me, it was also important to do all that, but also I want to be able to defend myself when I'm 50 and 60 years old. That's important to me too, now that I'm 40, past the years of 40. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.